welcome back to the house the students built for our, what is this, our March update. Thank you, Marianne, for keeping me straight on that. Got to figure out which month it is. But anyway, everything's been a blur. We're really rolling along. We've got foundation walls in for 3106, house number 21. Got the subterranean plumbing is already in, and the trim out was done next door when they came out and did that. So we've got waiting on Rick from River City Concrete to come out and pour our slab. Once we get our slab poured, we'll be able to backfill some on this side. We've got to do some backfill on this side because we've got to grade this yard in order to get everything done over here. We're almost at the point where that's really what we're focusing on. Actually, that's what I'm going to be focusing on this week, is getting get it lined up to get it graded, because we can only go 4 feet without deck down. So we got to get some 57s out here, get that backfilled, get that waterproofed, and at least get this side filled. And that'll also help our masons a lot. Our masonry students won't be working off scaffolding, they'll actually be working off the ground. I'd love to fill all the way around, but that's going to depend on, like I say, where we are in terms of how much help we're going to be able to get doing that. I'm hoping to reach out to C&M, get some help from Everett and Willie Cole and Rome and all them. So that's pretty much where we're at. We get the little bit of backfill done here so the masonry students can work, and we can finish grading this yard, get our CO, get this thing on the market. And then over here, we've got our railings for the front of the house that were manufactured by Carlos Savory and his welding class over at AVR. It's a really cool look. It's got a kind of a horizontal style, picket look to it. Really, really neat. I think it's going to be, stand out a little bit different than everything else, being the old school vertical picket style. I'm looking forward to that. We had some blowouts when we were trying to drill them in the other day, so I've got to take some bricks over there, and they've got to pre-drill them there, and then I'm going to get masonry back out here to fix the side where we had a couple bricks kind of not cooperate. But that'll be good. And that's going to be a wrap on the exterior, with the exception of the floodlights. They're still on back order. Once we get those in, we'll get those up. The deck is probably about 70% complete now. We got our risers in and they're set. We're getting ready to run the kicks and treads on that. And we've got our railings to do, a few flooring boards left to do. This is a completely freestanding deck. So, I mean, it's basically just resting on these brick piers. It is not attached to the house in any way, because we flashed all behind there. And then, of course, it is covered, which helps where you've got your water, your potential for water infiltration, but there are no perforations through the outside flashing on the actual house, because it's literally sitting on these piers. Now, to help make sure that stays over the longevity of the life of the home, we've run our decking boards on a 45. It's not only looks better, but it creates a rack brace to the whole entire structure, so that it won't shift, it won't twist. When you run your boards perpendicular to your joist, they still can have the tendency to move and shift. When you rack brace it like this and run your flooring on a 45, it's never going anywhere. It's here to stay. So, and it's bolted with anchor bolts to the actual piers, so it is fastened down, but it's not in any way attached to the actual home. We're at the point inside where everything is done with the exception of our electricity. We're trying, and also when they ordered the trim for the top of the cabinets, that came up short, so that actually came in Friday, so that'll be going in tomorrow. The remaining filler strip and the crown molding for the cabinets. Our granite countertops are in. Everything is completed. Like I said, our plumbing trim out has been done. We're waiting on the contractor who's actually going to run the water line and dig the sewer line. And he should be here this week, I hope, weather permitting. We're waiting on John Tesserman's guy to do that. And we've got our appliances are being delivered on the 26th, which is Wednesday. And so the electricity class will help myself and some and probably one of our students that's working with us now to install those. We've got to put the over-the-head microwave, the range, and the dishwasher in. And yeah, I mean, like I say, the inside is pretty well done. The flooring went in last week, a really nice LVP solid vinyl flooring. The color is really cool. The young man who installed it's actually a former student of mine, and he spent a couple of days working with both our first year carpentry class and our second year carpentry class, teaching them how to install it, and was really happy, really impressed with our students. You know, he was a star in the program. He went to nationals and cabinet making and all that. His primary business is cabinet making, but he does flooring filling in because he just started his business a few years ago. So in between cabinet jobs, he does do flooring. He was trying to explain to kids the industry, the flooring industry and things like that. And hopefully maybe it'll lead to some employment for some of our students as well, because his business is growing. He's a really good, outstanding young man, doing a great job, does great work. So really looking forward to continuing that relationship with him as we move forward. Trying to pull more and more of our former students back into the fray, because of course Jimmy Hall's company set the trusses and the roof for us. So try to get as many of our former students back involved in the program, talking to our students, where our students can see they've done it, and that gives them the encouragement that they too can go on and have their own business someday and do really well with this trade, with any of our trades really for that matter. So anyhow, that pretty much wraps up the kitchen area, dining room area. The bed, like I said, the bedrooms are all done. There's a beautiful big pantry here with floor to ceiling shelving. And I think it's going to be a really nice home, and it's really close to being a completed nice home. This is one of our front bedrooms. Of course, we're putting fans in each of the bedrooms as well as the den area, and these are really cool fans. I think they have a really cool look to it, brushed nickel look, which goes with all the other hardware. Everything is brushed nickel, doorknobs and hinges and so forth and so on. So it's really pulls it all together, looks really good. I think that the knobs should be in this week as well, the interior knobs. So had to order those because they didn't have the particular ones that we needed to match up with the hardware from the doors. But yeah, everything's pulling together. We've also got the brushed nickel bathroom fixtures. We've got the toilet paper holders, the hand towel holders, towel racks and so forth and so on. And those will be going in this week as well. So yeah, just a lot, basically trimming everything out, just getting everything ready to call the cleanup crew, come in here and scrape down the windows and squeegee them and get it looking pretty, and then we'll install the screens and that'll be done. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up what's been going on out at the house site during the month of March. A lot of good stuff happening, a lot of good stuff going on. Really looking forward to seeing the finished product. Really excited about this. And the kids are really, when they come back out, like the electrical class, because the last time they were here, you know, it was framing. There was no drywall, there was no trim. So when they walk out, they're like, wow, what in the world? So it's been a really cool process, even for the students that aren't involved in the actual day-to-day thing at particular stages of the project, but to come back, see it all, it's really cool. It's really fun. And everyone's had, even the teachers, even other people that haven't been in a while that come out and see it. It's just really neat. So, and again, that invitation is extended to all of you. Anyone who wants to come by. Dan came by the other day, saw him out here, and that was really cool. I love to see the board members coming by, checking up on things. I mean, we're making these videos because I know everybody's schedule is busy, and it's tough sometimes to find time to get out here. But if you're in the neighborhood, swing on by and check it out, because it's appreciated. Anyway, you know how to get a hold of me. Send me a call or an email if you have any questions. Thank you.